After parting ways with his friends, Goku headed home to pack his belongings, then made his way to Master Roshi's island, hoping to grab a meal. Goku enjoyed the journey, taking in the scenic mountains and waters, before finally arriving at Kame House. Master Roshi was engrossed in a perfectly legal TV program and had no time for Goku, so the young fighter raided the fridge. By the time Master Roshi finished his show, he realized that Goku had eaten everything in sight. Still thinking about Bulma, Master Roshi told Goku that he wouldn't teach him martial arts unless he brought along a beautiful woman. Master Roshi certainly had plenty of demands. Noticing that Goku's tail was missing, he sent Goku off to find a suitable woman. Roshi then changed into a suit, feeling rather pleased with himself. But when Goku returned, it was with a muscular woman that didn't meet Roshi's expectations. Disappointed, Roshi decided Goku needed a lesson in aesthetics. So Goku left to search again, this time bringing back someone more appropriate. Hearing that the woman wasn't wearing anything under her shirt, Roshi's excitement caused an instant nosebleed. But upon closer inspection, she turned out to be a mermaid, who punched him before swimming off. At that moment, a new visitor arrived, making his way to Kame House by land and sea, eventually landing headfirst at Roshi's feet. His name was Krillin, and he had come to seek training. Prepared and well aware of Master Roshi's preferences, Krillin was determined to win his favor. However, he had to join Goku in finding a beautiful woman, as he couldn't ride the flying Nimbus and had to cling to Goku during the search. Meanwhile, in a dusty desert tavern, a blue-haired woman entered and ordered an orange soda. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew through, causing her to sneeze. In an instant, her hair turned blonde and her personality became fierce. She trashed the tavern and prepared to rob a train, which led to a police chase. During the chaos, she sneezed again and reverted to her gentle blue-haired self. By sheer luck, Goku passed by, saved her from danger, and brought her back to Kame House. Goku went to fetch Master Roshi, who was in the bathroom, while Krillin made small talk with the woman. Upon seeing her, Roshi was immediately captivated and decided to accept both Goku and Krillin as his students. He introduced the woman, named Launch, to his new disciples. Turtle then invited Launch to stay with them and join in the martial arts training. The first task was to change into martial arts uniforms, and Krillin reminded Launch to change inside to avoid any TV mishaps. Once she returned, however, she sneezed, transforming into her blonde self, and fired a gun at Master Roshi. After sneezing again, she reverted to her blue-haired self. The group soon learned that every time she sneezed, her personality changed drastically. To make things easier, Master Roshi packed the house into a capsule, and the group traveled to a larger island, where their training would finally begin. Master Roshi began with a placement test. Krillin, confident from his 8 years of Shaolin Temple training, ran 100 meters in 10.4 seconds, while Goku completed it in 11 seconds. Not satisfied with his time, Goku changed into a new pair of shoes and ran again, this time finishing in 8.5 seconds. Feeling competitive, Master Roshi removed his turtle shell and ran the same distance in 5.6 seconds. Proud of his performance, he asked for a celebratory beer, and Krillin rushed to fetch one. However, Launch sneezed again, turned blonde, and chased Krillin. Despite the chaos, Krillin managed to clock a respectable 8.8 seconds. That evening, Master Roshi devised a new challenge. He picked up a rock, wrote the character 4 turtle on it, and threw it far away, instructing Goku and Krillin to find it. Whoever didn't return with the rock wouldn't get to eat, and if they couldn't find it in 30 minutes, they still wouldn't get dinner. Goku immediately leapt into action, while Krillin, thinking he could outsmart the test, found a different rock and wrote turtle on it. When he handed it in, Master Roshi quickly realized the handwriting wasn't his and sent Krillin back to continue the search. Later, Krillin overheard that Goku had found the Real rock, so he tricked him into handing it over, then ran off with it, even cutting a bridge to slow Goku down. But Goku caught up, and the two engaged in a brief fight. After being defeated, Krillin pretended to throw the rock away, sending Goku on a wild goose chase, while he handed the real rock to Master Roshi. That evening, Goku was left without dinner, and the meal turned out to be fugu, which made everyone nervous. When it came time to sleep, Krillin shared a room with Master Roshi, while Goku slept with Launch. The next morning, Master Roshi went to wake Goku, only to find that Launch had already transformed into her blonde form. Approaching cautiously, Roshi's fears were confirmed when blonde Launch woke up. We'll skip the details, but soon after, the real training began. After Master Roshi's serious explanation about the meaning of martial arts, the classic milk delivery training kicked off. Goku and Krillin had to deliver milk by hopping their way to a house 2 kilometers away, and then deliver to the second house by running circles around a tree. As usual, Krillin tried to slack off, but Master Roshi caught him in the act. The next challenge involved climbing a long staircase to deliver a letter to a mountaintop temple. Halfway up, Master Roshi nostalgically remembered training Gohan, Goku's grandfather, and the Ox King. Inspired by this, Goku powered through the climb, his mind on his late grandfather. At the top, Master Roshi revealed something exciting. The World Martial Arts Tournament, held every 5 years, was just 8 months away. If their training went well, Goku Goku and Krillin could participate. Meanwhile, in another part of the world, Yamcha was busy challenging martial arts schools as part of his own training. It seemed he and Bulma were getting along well, and he too was preparing for the tournament. Back at Kame House, Master Roshi's training became even more intense. The island itself had deserts, waterfalls, and even dinosaurs. Goku and Krillin's next task was farming, but with a twist. They had to dig the soil with their bare hands to build their lower back and wrist strength. Exhausted, the pair returned home only to be thrown out when Launch sneezed, transforming into her wild blonde alter ego. By now, both Krillin and Master Roshi were developing a real fear of her sneezes. To make sure they were balanced in mind and body, Master Roshi also taught them basic reading and writing. He stressed that a true martial artist needed to cultivate both physical and mental discipline. On top of that, a strict routine of rest and proper sleep was non-negotiable. After a while, they took on construction work, where Goku and Krillin pushed themselves to their limits. Krillin, remembering how he had been bullied at the Shaolin Temple, worked even harder, determined to prove himself. Next up was swimming, but Goku's focus was still on learning martial arts techniques. Master Roshi, however, insisted that they build their foundation first, demonstrating by pushing a large boulder to illustrate the importance of basic strength. Goku quickly followed, pushing the boulder even farther. Not wanting to be outdone, Master Roshi brought out an even larger boulder. Goku tried and failed to move it after several attempts. Krillin, curious, asked Master Roshi to demonstrate his own strength, but Roshi deflected, claiming that the training ahead was more important. Next came swimming in a lake full of sharks, and on land, dinosaurs awaited them. It felt like they were training for survival in the wild. After that came reflex training, where Goku and Krillin were tied with ropes while Roshi unleashed bees on them to test their speed. Dodging the bees was tough, and the next day, Master Roshi said they would start wearing turtle shells on their backs during training. And so the grueling training continued for months. One day, Goku eagerly approached Master Roshi to report that both he and Krillin could now move the massive boulder while wearing their turtle shells. Master Roshi was amazed by their progress. Goku and Krillin, excited by their newfound strength, thought they were finally ready to learn advanced martial arts. But to their surprise, Master Roshi said they still had more training to do, this time with even heavier turtle shells. Meanwhile, Yamcha, deep in the forest, continued his training, eagerly anticipating a reunion with Goku and Krillin. However, Bulma, frustrated by Yamcha's sudden disappearance, used the excuse of nearly getting hit by a car while picking oranges to summon him back. At Kame House, Master Roshi and the group prepared to leave for the tournament. When Goku and Krillin removed their turtle shells and leaped into the air, they realized just how much stronger they had become. Filled with excitement and confidence, they set out for the World Martial Arts Tournament. Upon arriving in Lon City, Master Roshi led Goku and Krillin to the registration booth, where they bumped into a newly short-haired Yamcha, as well as Bulma and Oolong. The next day, the tournament officially began. Master Roshi had outfitted Goku and Krillin with classic martial arts uniforms, the kind they would wear for hundreds of episodes, and that would somehow grow with them as they did. The preliminary rounds kicked off with 137 fighters competing for 8 spots. The rules were simple, one-on-one matches, with victory coming from either a knockout or being thrown out of the ring. Killing was forbidden, and no weapons were allowed. If no clear winner emerged within a minute, the referee would decide. Krillin was still plagued by doubts, so Goku volunteered to go first. With a single effortless move, he knocked his opponent out of the ring, stunning the audience. Understanding his own strength, Goku told Krillin not to use his full power. However, Krillin's old temple classmates, who had once bullied him, appeared to mock him, crushing his confidence even further. Encouraged by Goku's words, Krillin stepped into the ring for his match. Though nervous, he managed to kick his opponent out with a single powerful strike. Yamcha also won his match with ease, defeating his opponent using his signature Wolf Fong Fist, securing his place in the quarterfinals. The victories kept coming, and soon Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha all advanced to the final 8. After Yamcha defeated his opponent with the Wolf Fong Fist, he claimed a spot in the quarterfinals, alongside Goku and Krillin. Overjoyed, they rushed out to tell Bulma the news before heading off to draw lots for the quarterfinal matchups. Meanwhile, Master Roshi had mysteriously disappeared. During the quarterfinal draw, an old man named Jackie Chun joked about wanting to fight a beautiful woman, earning an exasperated response from the host. Another contestant, Bacterian, was a brutish man who had never bathed in his life. His stench was so foul that it made people gag just standing near him. Unfortunately for Krillin, he drew Bacterian as his opponent, while Goku went off to grab some food. When Krillin's match began, Bacterian immediately overwhelmed him with his foul odor, driving Krillin into the corner. Bacterian then unleashed a vile breath attack so potent that even the audience seemed to recoil from the imaginary stench. Krillin, barely able to stand, struggled to stay conscious, only to be grabbed by the throat. After kicking himself free, Krillin found himself cornered again. Desperate, he tried to slide between Bacterian Bacterian's legs, but Bacterian sat on him, releasing a repulsive fart that nearly finished him off. Humiliated and on the verge of collapse, Krillin suddenly heard Goku shout, "Hey Krillin, you don't have a nose. You can't even smell anything." Realizing this, Krillin snapped back to his senses, dodging Bacterian's next attack and delivering a powerful flying kick that knocked his opponent out cold. As a final act of payback, Krillin let out a fart of his own, proving that while others' farts might stink, his didn't bother him at all. Krillin stood victorious, advancing to the next round.